Welcome back, WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and Baltimore Positive. If you see the purple behind me, you know the party's on, and certainly the Crab Cake Tour is on as well. Haven't been to Costas yet. I'm working it out with a certain skateboarding legend. We're working through crabs and Crab Imperial and probably some of that delicious cream spinach down there. I remember at one point actually having a crab cake with this guy over at Costas. He's an East Sider. Roofing by Elite, my pal Brian Lease has been AWOL here the last couple of weeks. I thought you were like you walked out to Vegas to make your reservations, on the back end of all this. It's been a wild couple of weeks since the last time you and I got together and talked some Ravens football, right? Like acquisitions, drafts, a schedule, and now OTAs and who's there, who's not there, who's going to be there. But I love the direction of the team, right? Like I know we all go back and forth, and I could unearth the tapes of you back lamenting wide receivers and what $20 million we're going to give this guy or that guy. The way this thing's worked out, I'm really excited about the Ravens season, and it's May.
Yeah, I'm excited too. The wide receiving core is completely revamped. That's something to be excited about. I mean, it's completely different.
Eric hurt on us.
Yeah, he did. I think he hurt himself. He didn't even need
there
us.
was a lot of angst, right? And if you follow the drama, and I know you do, I mean, you're, one of the reasons you do this with Roofing by Elite with us is, you love the team, you love all aspects of it, but following the drama of a wide receiver, their need, his words, I'm offended, all the nonsense that goes on. They get on the clock. I always say, who are they drafting? Ozzy will let you know. They let you know when they get on the clock. They love this kid from Minnesota, and, they put it out for him. And as much as the wide receiver thing has been such a source of angst, they're not quitting. They're going to get it right.
Yeah, now they're going to keep trying. Like he said, you gotta keep swinging at it, and that's what they're doing. I like the acquisition of Sammy Watkins. Obviously, he's a little bit of a health concern, but I think it's a solid pickup, to help the younger guys come along.
He's a blue chip guy. I mean, you want a guy that's a true blue chip football player. Sammy Watkins is that guy. If you can get that out of him, several teams have been trying, right? Literally, and especially his health.
And who knows? Maybe we get lucky. He doesn't have any kind of injury this year, So maybe this is the magic year for him. I hope it is.
Well, and the other part of it is he's not going to be a guy catching 14 passes. He's just not in this all. So what constitutes a star in this offense, or what constitutes a contributor? He doesn't need to be. We got a star. They're going to get $40 million to this kid, right? He's the star. Sure. You need to be the special sauce for the sandwich, right? Like literally.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking 4-6 catches a game, what would be right up his alley.
I mean, what do you expect from a number one draft pick? Well, hang on, 2 number one draft picks now, right? Because Hollywood's got to get the ball, right? He's number 5 now, right? So we'll see. Maybe he can throw it too. Who knows? But between that and also the fact that they've now put this target on this other kid, right? I mean, you're the number 1 draft pick. Mark Clayton and Travis Taylor, they're still living with all that. Rashad Perryman too, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're still living with it for sure. But hopefully this is the year we kind of break out and it's not an issue and it's more of a positive and gets us going in the right direction. I mean, it could just do wonders, even though we don't even need it, but it can still open up the running game that much more. So we could be quite dangerous, coming up.
Brian Lease is here, Roofing by Elite. You can find them out on the web and, of course, on roofs, especially residential roofs. If you have a roof, you're looking for someone you can trust, we got your number right here. And certainly someone will talk a little Ravens football with you, or a lot of Ravens football. And look, man, the trips, we're all waiting. The big day drops, and I don't even snoop around anymore. I let Dick Cass off the hook. I mean, I at one point I used to try to break all that, and early in the day, the Vegas thing comes out. People are jumping the flights and this and that, and I'm on phone out there trying to throw some parties and figure stuff out. And then you start to get the how much part of this, right? Like you're a road warrior. You go to a lot of games, right? A lot of my friends do. I'm road tested, man. Ain't nobody road tested like me, period. Through all the years. And I looked at it and thought, I'm expecting it to be a $300 or $400 ticket because I know what opening a stadium in the world gambling headquarters with a brand like the Raiders, every Raider fan in the world wants to be there. And then like most of our fans want to be there to some degree. the fact of who's really going to be there and what the law is going to allow, where we are at the end of the summer in a plague and like all of that. I think some people are going to go out there and party. I think some people are going to abstain. I think it is unfortunate that it's not week 11, on a Thursday night or whatever. That I think like the Miami game will be a little bit more of a, oh, we could fly down on a Tuesday and it's $89 and we can hang the weekend and go down to the Keys or figure something else out. We will go to Disney World, do something else you want to do. The Vegas thing is, for all the hype of it and all of that, and we will play in Vegas again. We play the Oakland Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders, more often. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze or however they say that, Bri.
It is for me. I mean, the pricing is ridiculous, quite honestly. I mean, what I quickly discovered is you're basically, almost paying Super Bowl prices for that game. And I get it though. I mean, it's, we're coming out of a pandemic. It's a brand new stadium. It's Las Vegas. It's Lamar Jackson. So those prices are
John Gruden,
there, yeah.
not even calling the game.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe he will. Who knows?
Well, who knows? Yeah, for the travels, and I guess for being a Ravens fan, when the schedule comes out, like we get all right, where are we going to be? When are we going to be there? What's the schedule? Like, I'm looking at concerts at Red Rocks, and I'm like, all right, Bill Burr and 311 are playing Red Rocks. And I'm like, I don't know, I want to go to Red Rocks in your comedy, but I like Red Rocks. Jimmy Buffett is playing at Red Rocks the weekend before the Ravens play in Vegas. So I'm thinking about detouring into Denver on my way to Vegas because – dude, Vegas at $4.59 a night on the weekend. And I mean, it's like fight weekend. Like literally, I've called out there to like throw a Ravens event. I've had 3 places like not laugh at me, but basically say, we don't need you. We're going to be cool out here. So I know the Miami trip, the Chicago trip. I talked about like, would anybody get on a bus to go to the Detroit game if we stopped at the Hall of Fame? I don't know. I was thinking about that, but I haven't had a calling for that. I felt like everybody was on to the Vegas thing. And I guess what I'm saying, and you know this, the Chicago experience will be great. The Detroit game will be great. There's a baseball game attached to that if you want to see the Tigers play as well. So there's things going on during the season that if you don't go to Vegas and you don't have the belly for $500 tickets, and to your point, Super Bowl pricing, there's some other really good trips. The Miami trip's going to be great.
Oh, yeah. Miami, I think, is a great one. The Denver game is very intriguing. I'm probably going to stick to Las Vegas and maybe one more. And
if you win enough money there, you can go to the rest of them, right?
I don't have any money to gamble with now. I bought tickets out there. See? So that's out of the question.
You'll be the guy like me and Pete walking down the strip with a brown bag, domestic light beer for $2.19 right. We got that's at the right. Walgreens on the strip there,
That's right.
Well, I mean, I have it all pegged out on the Vegas thing and figured out but I am gravely concerned that it's going to be underwhelming from a fan standpoint if you go out there and can't get into the game, right? And I think that is a little bit of this. Maybe some people are like, well, it's still Vegas. We'll go out and we'll do everything but go to the game. I think you'd still have a hell of a time if you do that. But you're paying Vegas prices. I mean, above Vegas prices. I've literally Super Bowl prices.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they know what they're doing out there. I checked the hotel pricing and even the airlines. They got in on it, too. Everybody was waiting for that NFL schedule to come out.
I was considering doing like a little executive thing for me and some friends, right? Like in Vegas. And this, swear to God, this is my stupid idea. You tell me if it's stupid. Have you seen that there's a graveyard outside of Vegas for all the signs? The lighted signs.
Oh, yeah, I did see that once. I did see that. I saw that.
I've always wanted to go there. I've been to Vegas 1,000 times. Jen and I were going to do it when the Caps were in the Stanley Cup. If they didn't win the Cup, we were going to do it the next day, but shiz happened. You know what I mean? Right. Next thing you know, we're at the Mandalorian. It's 4 a.m. I'm eating Caesar salad out of the cup, So we didn't make it. And that was the last time I was in Vegas. So I haven't been to Vegas in 3 years. And that's the weird thing calling to me. I have a couple of places I like that are off the strip that have great food, drinks, like all of that. Not those kind of places, but I mean, places I could take people.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about like this, this maybe doing a little thing, maybe on Sunday or something. I don't know, maybe Monday morning, but like throwing a booze bash on game day downtown, like The whole city's a booze bash. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
absolutely.
How do you throw a
I'll tell
party in the
you,
middle of a party?
right there, there's another thing that you could do out there that I'm going to look into. I saw this once. I looked into it for a little bit, where it's off the beaten path, but you can literally rent a military tank and drive over a car and crush it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Google that. I want so
Yeah.
I'm doing this Maryland crab cake tour, right? Where I'm trying to do things I've never done, like zip lining, fly fishing. I'm going out on one of the white marlin boats, which I've never done before. I'm gonna go
Mhm.
crabbing in the morning on like a legit commercial crabbing boat, and see how it works. You know what I mean? Stuff you
Mhm.
see on PBS or like I'm gonna do the train. It's called the Frostburg Flyer. It's the Maryland Railway out west, the Western Maryland Rail. And I'm going to do like the little thing from Cumberland to Frostburg. So I have all these plans. So when you're giving me weird stuff like that out in the desert, I mean, I've heard about like the Bunny Ranch. Now, I've never been there, but like that's another. But the Hoover Dam. I've flown over the Hoover Dam a bunch of times, and then there's a lake out there. And I've had friends that live in Vegas, and they would have a boat, and the boat would be at Lake Mead, which is
Mhm.
like 45 minutes away. It's beautiful when you fly over. It's beautiful, like crystally blue, beautiful water when you fly. Goes over the canyons and whatnot. So there's all of that off the strip. But it's Ravens Raiders. It's kickoff. I mean, Sunday we don't even play Sunday, right? So like all day
Right.
Sunday you could sit in the books.
Watching football. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's sort of a built-in. How the hell am I going to get anybody to do anything? How am I going to
Yeah.
how am I going to herd cats in Las Vegas? Like
Sure.
literally,
That's
you
going
know
to
what
be
I mean?
tough. That's
So
going to be
yeah,
tough.
I don't know. I'm just going to try to go and have some fun is what I'm going to do. But this notion of doing the lights, that graveyard
Sure.
for lights,
Yeah.
maybe there's something to that. And maybe I tie that in with a little dinner or something and bring some sponsors, bring some friends. I hope you're a part of it. I'll be there. You'll be there.
Sure.
Tell me what you do jumping on roofs this time of year. And I don't know how you guys do it, man. It's 101 one day, then it's 48 the next day. I mean, it's crazy the weather this week.
Yeah. It's not for the faint of heart. Trust me. But yeah, I mean, we're out there ripping off roofs, putting new roofs on, doing repairs. What we're actually doing more so than anything early on here is cleaning up cicadas before we even start tearing off roofs. It's insane.
Dude, tell me. Come on now. Tell me about what this is all about. You were around seven. You've been doing this a long time. You were on roof
Sure.
17 years ago, right? You
Oh
were
yeah.
first
Oh
time?
yeah. Yep. Yep.
I was
And
driving through
it's
Catonsville the
incredible.
other day, going over to State Fair to do the show, and I saw all the trees at the high school kind of wrapped. They kind of look like this, right? They're kind of
Yeah.
wrapped in this. I'm like, what the
Yep.
hell is that? And then I realized, like, somebody told me about big business wrapping trees, saving them from. What did cicadas eat? The trees? They eat the roofs? What do they do?
Yeah. Yeah. They eat leaves. They eat branches. They eat just about everything. But they don't eat asphalt shingles. But they do create a major problem in gutters, and they will clog your gutters. Believe it or not.
That's gross, man. They're like little
Yeah.
shrimp shells,
Oh
right?
yeah. Yeah. It's terrible.
All right. Well, they only come every 17 years. Eat a couple of them, throw them away. We'll be out on the lawn at Merriweather having a beer. You know what I mean? They'll
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
all over.
Absolutely.
Brian, tell me, how to find you and everything, and all the stuff that you're doing right now. Because I guess just beyond that, at what point do I know if I got a problem on my roof? That's, I guess, a typical question to say. How many years has it been since Joe, who's not in the business anymore? Like if the last guy, if you don't have a relationship with a roofer, right? Like how long's too long?
Yeah. I mean, you don't want your roof going past 15 years. You know, at least between 15 and 20.
But what,
You
I'm
know.
saying last time somebody's been on my roof. Dude, I'm old.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm
3 years.
I'm not like you. I'm old. I remember having TV repairman and like all of that. Like calling a roofer is just something you do when it starts to leak for most people. Like literally.
Most people, yeah, most people, they're not thinking about it. But what people really need to understand is, it's the one item of your house that's constantly getting weathered, whether it's raining or not raining. It's the sun, is constantly aging.
Wind, big
So
time wind.
oh yeah, wind. I mean, so ideally, every 2 to 3 years, you should have someone up on the roof, just to do a quick inspection. And a lot of times you can find a maintenance item that can be taken care of that will literally save you a leak, save you from, costly repairs on the outside with the roof, number one.
It's
And then
like
of
a
course you got to
dentist,
get your
right? I mean,
drywall done.
literally,
Yeah.
like if you have a dentist, if you go, you get your teeth cleaned every 6 months, you're cool. Let that go 2, 3 years. All of a sudden, you got something that turns into surgery, literally.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, it's a good way to, pay a little up front so you don't have to pay a lot on the back end.
All right, man. Little insurance to be insured so you don't get that leak, so you don't have that mess, and get the cicadas off the roof. Find Brian at Roofing by Elite. You can certainly find him in Vegas. Look hard for him. I'm going to be at the secret pizza place out there at the Cosmopolitan. I'll let you know. It's secret, but you can find it on the internet. And the pizza's pretty good. So,
Wow.
maybe that'll be part of my tour too. Take people for some
For sure.
secret pizza. And I don't know, maybe we'll meet Wayne Newton or something before it's all over. What do you think? Have a cameo with Wayne Newton.
There you go.
That would be funny. You're giving me crazy ideas now. Brian Lease joining us here from Roofing by Elite. Always good to visit. Hey, I hope the next one's over a crab cake, right?
Absolutely.
Where's
I'm
your
ready.
crab cake place? Like if Harbaugh says to you, let's go get a crab cake, where are you taking them?
Jimmy's Famous Seafood.
That's
No
your
other
place.
place.
All right.
That's my place. That's my guy.
All right, man. Well, they're serving Jimmy's at Nationals games. Did you know that?
Oh, absolutely.
See that?
100%.
DC. Well, if I fly into DC, at least I get a legit Baltimore crab cake.
There
Because
you
there
go.
is some movement afoot on this tour to take in a Nationals game, believe it or not.
Sure,
I had an offer.
sure.
So we'll see if it goes. Hey, man, I got an offer for Vegas for you. Secret pizza in the sign graveyard. You'll be betting the hard 8 over Bally's. I have a feeling for you, man.
Maybe.
You got a Vegas place? You got a place you like out there or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually stay at the Aria.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
I like the art in there, right next to the Cosmo. Well, you're right next door then. You from Ari, you go right next door, hit some secret pizza at Cosmopolitan.
Very good.
Not as good as Pizza John's, but still pretty good.
No.
What is? Brian
Right.
Brian Lease is here from Roofing by Elite. The Ravens up and running. We have full Orioles coverage along with Luke Jones. OTAs. We used to call them passing camps around here until they got all fancy with the Players Association. But Luke's on that. We'll be reporting all week long from Owings Mills and also full reports on our crab cake tour from Catonsville last week. I'm Nestor. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore. And we never stop talking Baltimore positive.